What's up guys, this is Marcus Skadite, and as you can see from earlier on in the video, this is going to be a tutorial on how to make your footage look more HD or more like a DSLR. Now this tutorial is going to be pointed towards more of the people who shoot with the non-DSLRs, which means you shoot with the DV cassette tapes, and some examples of cameras that shoot with the DV cassette tapes are the Sony VXs. Now there are a bunch of other cameras out there that shoot on cassette tapes, like the DVX, the VX 2000, the VX 2100. There's a bunch of other cameras. I'm just going blank right now, but I'll show you some examples of the VX footage. Pretty good quality, but it's not the best. And yeah, this is pretty much as best as the DV cassette tapes get. Unless you really know how to improve them and you really know really good compression settings, which I'm going to show you. Now the DSLRs. These are DSLRs. Typically Canon is the #1 seller for DSLRs. Some examples are the Rebel T3i, T2i, 50D, 60D, 70D. Not too sure. I think they're all the same camera, just different sub models, if you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, these cameras are made mainly for photography, but they take excellent video, and it's got really good quality, and more people are starting to switch to the DSLRs than the cassette tape VXs and whatnot. So this tutorial is going to be pointed more towards how to make your video that's shot on these type of cameras to look like this. As you can see, the color and the quality is so much better. This is just a simple, I just typed in DSLR skateboard montage on YouTube, and you can see the quality and the colors are really improved compared to this. And this has sidebar, this has a widescreen bar. Yeah, so let's jump right into the tutorial. So you're gonna want to start or make a new composition, and straight off the bat you want to make your width 1280 and your height 720. Now this is going to be full screen for the YouTube video player. Pixel aspect ratio, I like to put mine on square pixels. Frame rate, make sure your frame rate is the same as the video file frame rate. And duration, however long your clip is. Mine was like 10 seconds, so I'm just going to make mine 20. And let's hit OK. So we have our composition, and we are going to want to import our clip. Select your clip and then press open. I already have my clip here, so I'm just going to drop it into the composition. And our video file is bigger than the composition window, so all we have to do is hit Control-Alt-F on our keyboard, and now it fits to the screen. So first off the bat, DSLRs, they're shot in widescreen. So an easy way to do that is to just take these tabs here at the top or the bottom and just pull them down. That's okay, that's the easy and cheap way to do it, but it kind of looks distorted a little bit. So a better way to do that is to go to Layer, New, Solid, and you want your color to be set on black, and press OK. Okay, so once you have your black solid, you're going to want to go over to Effects and Presets and type in Grid. You're going to want to take the effect that only says Grid, drag it onto your black solid, and now our black solid has turned into a grid effect. Want to go over to the color and bring it all the way down to fully black. And your anchor, you are going to want to set that at 0. and the other part, or the other number for anchor, 0. And the corner, okay, so your corner is ultimately your width and your height. So since our width is 1280 and our height is 720, width is right here, this number, and your height is this number. So we are going to want to make our width just a little bit bigger than 1280, which is the width for our composition. So I probably confused you there. So if your composition is 1280 by 720, just type in these numbers. The first number's got to be 2000, and the second number's got to be 720. Now our height is going to be exactly the same width as, or exactly the same length as our height in the composition, and our width is going to be just a little bit bigger than 1280. Border, you're going to want to make that about 95, and as you can see, we have this U-shaped shape here, U-shaped shape, yeah. So to fix that, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take your anchor and the first number and just decrease it or pull it to the left. And as you can see, now we have the black bars, which is widescreen. So say you wanted to make the widescreen bigger or have more black bars and less video, just increase your border. But now you can see we have like this black line here, easy to fix. Just take the first number and the anchor and increase it again or pull it to the left. So yeah, I think this is just a little bit too much black bar or widescreen, so I'm just gonna go back to what I had. Alright, so after we have our widescreen bars, we're gonna want to color correct our video to really make the colors pop and stand out. So what I'm going to do is select my clip, go to effect, color correction, and brightness and contrast, and now this part is really all just personal preference, and every video you film isn't going to be the same. So all the settings vary, whether it was light outside, whether it was the background was a blue sky, or green trees like this, overexposed, underexposed. But this clip in particular was just a little bit overexposed. I was taught to always kind of have my brightness just a tad above the normal and my exposure just a tad above the normal, because it's easier to color correct that and bring that down to normal than to have the brightness and exposure under. That was just the way I was taught, but you might be differently, or you actually might have your settings perfect. But for this particular setting, I'm just going to decrease the brightness by like -20. Doesn't really do much, it just adds a little bit of contrast, maybe like -11. Then next is the color correction part. So I'm gonna go select my clip, effect, color correction, and color balance. Now again, this may vary, but I'll give you some tips. Now if it is a really bright sunny day, you are going to want to increase your blues and your definitely your blues, your highlights, your midtones, and not so much the shadow. That's kind of the weak part. But if you have a if you're outside and you have a lot of green, of course increase the green. Low light conditions, you kind of want to increase the red. It makes the colors pop a little bit, but altogether this is really just personal preference and the way you think is right and what is to your liking. So since this is, you know, relatively, you know, bright sunny day, and it's got a green background, I'll probably decrease this by like 1, the highlight. Midtones I'll really increase like 5. Let's see, green shadow maybe 2. Red, now red, like I was saying, red really does make the video pop, as you can see the difference. Yeah, you can definitely see the difference. It adds more of a contrast. Blue, I'll probably leave that as it is. Now the mid-tone, I'll probably decrease that like 4. So we still have that greenness. Mid-tone blue, gotta have some blue in the video. And then highlight red, let's try 10. Yeah, now that really makes it pop. Maybe 15. Now, as you can definitely see from you know, the ground here, and it definitely brightens the clip red. So like I was saying, on a clip that's sort of dark, you want to increase the reds. On a clip that's sunny day, you know, blues and greens. But ultimately, if you want to color correct, you know, you really just mess around with these. Now, another way to really make the color pop and really have the DSLR effect is Magic Bullet Looks. Now, that's a plugin. Yeah, Magic Bullet Looks. That's the plugin you're gonna have to get from like YouTube. Just type in on YouTube like how to get Magic Bullet Looks for free After Effects, and follow the tutorials, and really simple how to do it. But yeah, so if you guys already have it, or once you get it, I'm gonna go to layer, new adjustment layer, and I'm gonna add Magic Bullet Looks color correction. So I'm gonna go into looks, and I already have a whole bunch of presets set up, and I'm gonna show you a really good color correction that goes really well with any clip to really make it pop. Now, as you can see, this looks kind of shitty, kind of looks, you know, oldish, but what you can do is you can make the opacity and decrease it to maybe like 30, and I'll probably do 50. Now, as you can see, we have sort of more of a bluish, definitely makes the colors pop more, and gives us a little bit more of a contrast, and more like a DSLR. If we were to preview with the adjustment layer color correction off, it's still pretty good, but it's kind of boring. This just, you know, really spices the colors up. Then I also added some real smart motion blur to get the depth of focus, and again, effect, vision plugins. And if you don't have real smart motion blur, again, you can type it in on YouTube, how to get real smart motion blur for free. And I'll probably 0.4. And again, this is all you really have to do is mess with this setting, blur amount, and yeah, looks pretty good. So this basically ends this tutorial. I'm going to make an annotation on the screen for the next tutorial, which is going to be render settings and compression settings, so you don't lose any of this beautiful quality we just got. And so yeah, see you guys next time.